Hey everybody. So while I was waiting for the camera battery to recharge, I did a couple rounds of paint using this Model Master's dark gray and then the light gray over that. Overall, I definitely could have pushed things a little further. I'm going to go for one more round of black over this, and it's nothing you haven't seen in a couple other videos in this particular series, so I'm not going to bother taping that at all. But once I've got that final layer of black down, I'm actually going to do some real weathering. Up to now, I would characterize all this work as toning. And just getting various and subtle shades of grays and darks and brights going on. So now I'm actually going to go in and do some streaking where appropriate. So like over here in this case, a lot of the original pre-paint has mostly gone away. There's some vague indications of what's left, so I'm going to go back down there with some black, maybe to mix that up with a little brown, make it a sludgy oil sort of look to it. The thing about weathering is that it should be full of depth and fairly subtle overall as far as the depth goes. I mean, just looking at this, it might not look like I did anything at all. But if you tilt it into the right light and catch the right shine on it, you can definitely see that there's something of a mess going on. I'll just wait for this helicopter to go by. I think the work is probably most pronounced on the X-wing over here. Move a couple of these out of the way. So this got really nice and dirty. There's still a bit of a shine to it, a little too much of a shine in a lot of cases. But this next round of black should basically dull all that down and make it completely disappear. But the dirt is definitely what I'm aiming for here, and I'm really happy with the way overall that has turned out. You can see that once you start doing too much over any colors that are there, like if these were decals and you weather over those, you might have to go and repaint over that. But like I say, it's all about layers, it's all about depth. There's some really big shine in there that I got to get rid of in some cases. I'm definitely pretty happy with the way this has come out. It's probably a really good angle there to show what's going on as far as the different layers go. So let me do some paint on here, let it dry, and I'll get back to you then. So as expected, this last black wash did tone a lot of the silver and the bright whites down a lot, and took a lot of the specularity away overall. I added some more details in here, and I expected to start doing some fine brushing on this video, but I'll just show where this is up, wrap it up, and then we'll go for the actual weathering I wanted to do in the next video. Like I said, this has been overall more toning. I was looking around to Paint Miniatures channel and then his website, and he does pretty much miniatures exclusively. And one of the things I was reading on his site was that when you change the overall tone, it's not just a wash anymore, it's more called filtering. So that's probably one of the miniatures terminology. But it's somewhat appropriate here, because what I have been doing is changing the basic grays of the model as they were into not only streaking it for weather, but also changing the overall character of it as well. So one of the things that I wasn't thinking about was that while this landing gear bay here got weathered because it was open, these were closed. So I'm going to have to go back and redo them, but that certainly won't be a problem at all. The hatches were closed. So it's just a matter of dropping a little paint in there. So next up on the X-Wing here, what I'm going to do is some laser blasts some scorching, some oil stains, streaks, that kind of thing. And over here on the walker, basically similar stuff. Oh, and some silver paint chipping as well. I definitely could have pushed this a little further as far as getting some greater variations in the brights. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this has come out. It's definitely has a worn feel to it. I think a mark of success is that if you pull far away from this, it pretty much blends into a single tone, but then when you get up real close, that's when you can see all the character of what's really going on here. This model in particular, this is just more of a test. I expect to fully paint over this at some point and eliminate everything that you see here now. And that's because what I really need to do is give this model a proper construction. This is a snap together, and what I really need to do is putty up all the joins. I need to put a headlight in there. I was thinking maybe I could turn it into a give it an armature so I could actually do some stop motion with it, but the way it's constructed right now, it's just not feasible at all. All these notches that lock the leg into place are spaced far too far apart to get any real subtle movement out of it, and then actually shifting the leg at all really moves the entire model all over the place. So I'd have to replace the entire leg structure with a proper armature, and that's a little beyond my mechanical doings. There are pre-made armatures out there for four-legged creatures, but getting that to fit inside this would definitely be a trick. So I left the lower half of the legs off for now just because it's easier to handle this way. And there's some stuff in there I really like. The best possible reference you can get for weathering is to, if you don't have a train yard near you, or a construction yard, just go out and take photos of regular cars. There's all sorts of beat up cars that will make really great reference for all sorts of different weathering patterns, from replaced panels, rust, dents, bumps, scratches, everything you can imagine cars suffer through every day. So they're definitely a really great resource. They're all around you all the time. So for the next video, we'll get into this with some fine brushes, and we'll do the real details that this series was supposed to be out about in the first place, 5 parts later. Thanks for watching. See ya.